Slate boss, bitch. What's going on with y'all? This motherfucker. Let me pin this real quick because this is going on YouTube. Themes to attack. Flex, post. Hold on. Okay. Alright, what's going on with y'all? What's up, fake goddess? What? This motherfucking electric high priestess. This motherfucker. Yeah, cause look, I want to talk about before I start my day and shit, cause we're gonna I had a lot of shit to do. But yeah, none of them motherfuckers label us and shit like that just to give us motherfucking themes. Same way y'all had, remember how y'all had Donald Trump telling us, well, creating that Antifa shit, right? Like, I want y'all to keep a few things in mind. What the fuck is this? I want y'all to keep a few things in mind, right? They put us in a situation. Hold on. They put us in a situation, right? One second. Oh, shit. I gotta run to the car real quick. But yeah, they put us in the situation, right? Where they give us a certain name, a certain title, and when Trump had that Antifa or that Antifa going on and things of that nature, right? They was programming a bunch of people to be in the world to do a whole bunch of radical stuff, right? And keep this in mind. They was labeling what they was actually doing. And what they was actually doing. What they was actually doing is creating a theme for whoever act in those manners. They can attack with whatever war strategy they have. For example, a bunch of people with living conditions just like you and then set an example for. And that's what we see like Antifa. That's what we see like QAnon. That's not QAnon, but Chaz. That's what we see with what's that Black Lives movement that was? It was a Black Lives Matter movement. It wasn't Chaz. It wasn't Antifa. Yeah, Antifa. And they made all these people look like y'all. Then once they got a certain theme, they can create like a law around that theme, and then for the most part, it'll be justified for them to do whatever the fuck they want to do with your monkey ass. So keep that in mind too. Hold on, I had to come to the car real quick, y'all. Get my notebook. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got spells and shit. I got spells and shit in my book. You know what I'm saying? So First goal right now is making sigils. Making pendulums, and start laying them on each New York City block. So that's the plan today. And I'm gonna have a spot. Hopefully it stopped raining and shit. Like, look, it's raining like a motherfucker and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if it stopped raining and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a spot so we can y'all know where I'm at and shit like that. And it's gonna be like a spiritual PowerPoint. You know what I'm saying? Where we're gonna break down the alignments, but how the alignments is actually affecting us in this area due to the moment of, it's like you are like a cell phone tower. So all the thoughts and feelings that go around in your area allows you to think and feel and even move in certain directions. Like, a lot of y'all live in certain areas where you don't know why you go certain ways to go to certain stores and shit like that. You might just think in your head, oh, it's closer to go this way or whatever. But that's all is set up. And that every time you jump into a loop, a frequency vibration, it's always like preset outcomes. That's how you know you jumping in a program. It's a preset outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like where they already set up the conditions, and just by you going along with that, you're already in so they don't really have to do any kind of like gang stalking. And this is what I was talking about also where they create scenarios. So they made what thug is. And then when you go participate those characteristics, they can do whatever they do when they go to war against thugs. And it'll be justified because they already programmed your grandmother. Ooh, shit. All right, let me go brush my teeth. They already programmed your grandmother into thinking that what thug mean. They already programmed your drunk ass auntie and your mama and your baby mama and shit to know what thug means. So when your ass go to jail, soon as they start throwing around that word thug, they already programmed your baby mama to tell them everything. They already programmed your mama to give you that Bible and to be like, you need to go do your time because you're going against God. They already programmed your drunk ass auntie. They already programmed your grandma to let you know that don't come get your ass when you get locked up downtown because your ass, see what I'm saying? Because your ass a thug. And this thug thing, they constructed and made it in your environment. And then therefore, this is another version of motherfucker reducing the population. What they call that? The same shit Bill Gates homeboy was doing. What they call that? Depopulation. Depopulation. So you got to keep this in mind. This is what they do. They create themes and titles. See, look, a sigil got to go on each those 5 staircases. Staircases. So sigils got to go on those. See, when you make sigils and around your surroundings, whoever pick it up and look at it, you own their thoughts and feelings. Because if you a real witch or wizard, here's the thing. You put the intent behind it. See what I'm saying? You put the intent and the feelings behind it. So if your intent... Oh. There you go. So if your intent and feelings behind it was strong, like you a strong witch and wizard, so you know what you're trying to get out of it, you got to sign a sigil, you know about the elements, you know about astrology, you know about internal work, so you know what's on it. You're not just in La La Land putting anything on it and be like, oh, this is magic. Oh, because we write syndonyms and you're just writing anything down on a piece of paper and think that you're doing something like magic. No, you got to be in magic. If you're dealing with the fire element or water, there's certain symbols you make. A lot of y'all be like, oh, I'm just doing magic. You'll put a triangle on there, but triangle represents something. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be in a situation where you gotta be in a situation where hold on y'all, 1 second. Where you know what's actually going on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know the alignments. You gotta know the astrology. You gotta motherfucking know what's going on. You just can't be writing anything on the paper. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just writing anything on a motherfucking paper, then anything could just be attracted to your ass. And you don't got true intent. Like you don't got true motivation. I mean, not true motivation, true internal work. If you don't know what's actually going on, then how the fuck you think you gonna manifest whatever you're manifesting? If you put something on that piece of paper that you don't necessarily know what you actually doing, for the most part, that's what's on that paper going to manifest. But here's the thing, your internal work matters. So if you're just writing shit, but you don't know what you actually writing, that's your internal work. So guess what? The universe and God and goddesses don't know what you're saying. They just know the intent that you put behind it. Now what you're saying is just could be an image or representation to make it manifest down here faster. But when you got the intent behind it, let's say you really don't know what's going on. You're like, oh, I hope this work or whatever like that. That's the intent you putting behind it. Spontaneous energy, not knowing energy, unsure energy, hoping energy. So that's what you're going to manifest. More things to hope. Everything that get pulled out of that sigil is going to be like more things that you got to hope for. More things that you got to be unsure about. So you got to be sure. And you gotta have motherfucking internal work. So keep that in motherfucking mind. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure we take our collagens. You know what I'm saying? Take our motherfucking vitamins. For everybody out there who can't really... Ooh, shit. Let me brush my teeth. I'm talking, my mouth dry as hell. God damn it. So for everybody who can't motherfucking eat right, you know what I'm saying? But this is like I said, bathroom flights. No, I'm just trying to get ready though. Now I gotta go to Best Buy too. But yeah, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta be motherfucking careful. Make sure you know what you're writing on that shit. So the whole purpose is, you know what I'm saying? You want to do a sign, a sigil, you want a pendulum, or something that represents you. Put the internal work behind it, the intent. Right now, the places that you leave it at, whoever come across it and see it, here's what happens. They spirit, because we all got 3 spiritual powers: faith, belief, and imagination. We all develop these things. You know what I'm saying? So your earth, the ability to have the vehicle to do that. Your fire, your imagination, belief, the feel, that's the feel, and faith, belief, imagination. Belief is water, faith is air, and imagination is fire. And this body that you do it in, or whatever organ you create it in, or the light, how it looks itself before it becomes more dense, that will be the energy conscious, the earth part of it. That's what earth is, itself. Earth is the ability for something to sustain itself. Otherwise, fire and water will be going crazy, and air won't have nothing to condense itself in. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So, for the most part, to know what you actually doing, right? Once you know what you're doing, when you set these things around, right? People who look at these things, they start to give their thoughts and feelings to it, aka they faith, belief, and imagination. And they earth, they ability to pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Then they faith, or whatever like that, their ability to think and believe it or not. Then belief itself, if you get deep into it, it turns into water. You're emotionally connected to it. If you don't really believe it, you don't get washed up under that current. And then imagination, all the ideas of what you even looking at. Like, what the fuck is this? Who put this here? Or what is this here? All of those are energies you own. Because that event wouldn't have happened without you. So you made a difference in the world in some way, shape, or form, but with magical intent. Because it's a pendulum, it's a sigil, it's something you land around with intent behind it. So all of that energy that they're just looking at, trying to come up with why they came across that and shit like that, all that energy is going to be used in the image of why you put that there in the first place. And if you got true spiritual intent, manifestation getting ready to 10 times faster. You know what I'm saying? People don't start being aware of your work that you didn't even know was aware of your work. And all kind of shit. And whatever you're trying to do. Let's say you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, be an archaeologist or some shit like that. Whatever like that. And people don't come across all your work that you put on the internet, going to all these countries and shit like that. And showing people how you're supposed to look at these structures and shit like that. But if you in these areas and you doing shit like I'm talking about, 9 times out of 10, that shit gonna start flourishing fast. Oh yeah, we got washing machines. You got a washing machine. You better believe it. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. So, keep that in motherfucking mind. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, they label us. Not us, everybody. And with these labels, the ones who control the mind control the world. So with these labels and shit, right? They're able to give it their own means, their own justifications. And if you fall in the lines of these means and these justifications, then off the bat, your ass could be substituted. What's the word I'm looking for? Not substituted, but not secluded, subjected. But your ass can be subjected to that worldview. Just based upon when they feel like it. If they feel like depopulating motherfuckers right now. It's too many people in this area. People like that need to go to jail. There's too many people who work here. We need to downsize at that building. There's too many people in this curriculum. We need to create something to make that curriculum look fucked up right now. That's even when you be seeing Donald Trump going against health and things of that nature. That's on purpose. I told y'all, never forget. They doing everything that Trump, they got Trump doing everything that we don't like for us to like Trump. It's reverse psychology. Yet you ain't gonna hear Trump totally disregard the virus, but you gonna make it do some martyr spirit type shit like that. And that's crazy. As soon as I left Youngstown and came to New York, Joe Biden was in Youngstown. I think these cats be watching people's moves. I think they do. They be on some motherfucking other shit. I'm gonna this L real quick though. But yeah, y'all gotta keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it don't even make no motherfucking sense. How much they try to rock people to sleep out here. You know what I'm saying? And you would get labeled something. Same way, this is how these terms, you a bitch came about. This is how these terms, you a no good person came about. This is how these terms came about. You're not being a good citizen. Yup, dad be dad. You're not being a
blue collar or low class citizen.
Yeah, right. Look. Right. Blue collar, all that shit. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, that's how they got y'all with the society one. Oh yeah. That's how they got you with the society one. They got you with the society one, basically saying that if you're not in our magic square, you're not in our programs, then for the most part, your monkey ass don't deserve to live on our magic square. So that's basically what they saying. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that in mind. And for the most part, this ain't your shit. But for them to work with you, it's all about knowing your mind, knowing you can't be easily persuaded. The more they know they can't take advantage of you, the more that they have to rock you to sleep. And rocking you to sleep is just like doing shit to make you think it is good for you. But it really ain't, but it ain't harmful. So for the most part, you won't complain. That's almost like the shit they got for voting. They making y'all vote and shit like that. Right? So for the most part, they give you dumb shit to vote for you won't complain. You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second, y'all. They make up shit. Like they make up shit for you won't motherfucking complain. So for the most part, you be running around. Oh, this only a two jack? That's stupid as fuck. But yeah, you'll be running around this motherfucker thinking that you need to vote, because if you don't vote, that's the reason why your answers or your demands ain't getting, they not doing your demands or some shit like that because you ain't motherfucking voting or some shit. So, oh shit, I had that on camera. What the fuck wrong with me? Oh shit, what the fuck wrong with me? But yeah, they'll put you into a situation where you would think you have to vote, and if you don't vote, you think that's the problem. So you probably got people who already rocked to sleep around you, right? Who feel like, oh, you ain't voting, you stupid. This is why you don't get your rights. You don't got no reason to complain because you ain't voting or some way, shape, or form. And see, this is how they rock people to sleep. And this is how you know you around robots, because you around somebody that they don't gotta come knock to everybody's door one by one. They could just use the person in your life that's already programmed, and they're gonna do the job for it. They're gonna do the job for them. They made y'all build their world for real. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Mentally, they already made all the robots have a job. AKA make everybody in your family believe what we want the world to believe. So for the most part, that's how you'll have people around you looking at you like, oh, you ain't voting? That's why your rights ain't this, that, and third. Who made these robots even think that way? Think like the reason why our demands they not serving us with our demands. I'm looking for a word, I can't find it. But yeah, the reason why you ain't getting your things to go in your favor from these presidents and shit like that is because you ain't voting, right? That's a robot talking like that. Last time I checked, you need to look at that robot and be like, okay, what about your grandmother? And what about your grandmother? I mean, especially if you're talking to your drunk ass auntie or your parents or something like that. Be like, oh, what's up with your grandmother? How come they votes never mattered? You know what I'm saying? And the moment that robot in front of you start to give justifications and excuses and start to say, oh, well, back then, because it was this, that, and third. The moment that robot don't even know how to think clearly.
They only know how to add thoughts onto the magic square that they already in. And a lot of times we have to be heartbroken because these are our next door neighbors. These are the people we knew forever. These are our teachers. These are our associates. These are our family. These are all our friends. These are our coworkers. So these are people that we comfortable around, but we can't necessarily have comfortable discussions with. If you're spiritual. Now, if you ain't spiritual, you might know how to be a snake or a shapeshifter or a chameleon, aka some demonic ass motherfucker who just know how to play the role because you don't want to tip or no waters over. But you ain't gonna never get comfortable in your own situation. You need to know that up jump into your monkey ass, get into your own light. Find your own light. You'll be following somebody else's light, and if you following someone else's light, who ain't even, they light not even shining bright, you go into a dark place. And it hurt because these are our motherfucking, the people that's around us, and they don't know. They don't know either. And when I speak like that, I don't want people to take these things as personal. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people who probably know me personally and probably watch my videos and hear me talk like this and think that I'm speaking from a person. No, I'm speaking from an enlightened place. You're supposed to be on my level. When you listen to me, you're supposed to be like, yeah, that's how I'm looking at my situation. Not if you know me, you looking at me and like, oh, is he talking about me? You already demonic. You already worried about somebody else's feelings. And you missing the whole purpose of what I'm already doing. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. But for all y'all who, I just had to say that though, but for everybody who, this is for everybody, all of us, even people who don't know me, that's how you take that. You take that at when you wake up, that's how you see your situation. And this is the reason why you might be stagnated or might not be able to flourish as fluidly. So this concept will help you understand that it's just minor things that we do as spirits that we don't need to blame nobody else. We blame ourselves. You know you're not a thug. You know you're not a bitch. So don't take offense to that goddamn shit. The moment you take offense to it, you ride that frequency vibration. Then as far as your sons and gods, then it start to play out through your daughters and men. You got those actions. And now you got the shadow government able to create themes around these things to do what the fuck they want to do with your monkey ass. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know what the fuck is going on out here before you start to jump on these labels and titles. That go all the way down to the African and the black shit. And I know a lot of y'all hate that, but you need to understand word and terminology. There's a lot of different races in Africa that's dark skinned. All right? Know that. That's what I'm saying. When you're running around here calling yourself black or African American, that's a spell. When you're running around here calling yourself Caucasian, that's a spell. None of y'all are white. Y'all like some high colored beige. All of y'all are really like dark red. So that's really like brown. So y'all different spectrums of brown. Everybody is different spectrums of brown. Y'all all come out of the water. So y'all all blood cells. So y'all all different spectrums of blood. Dark, that's brown, like oil. And for the most part, you got a lighter spectrum of it, beige, and you got a darker spectrum of it, dark. Or some people who so dark they like purplish, but they ain't nothing black. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about shades of colors, it don't come from the sunlight. And he's up under light so much, she's up under light. That's what. No, it comes from toughness. So the darker the skin, that means the tougher the material. See what I'm saying? Not no light making something burnt and making something darker. No, that's not it. Otherwise, you would have a bunch of quote unquote Caucasian white people living in Florida for a long time, and they starting to turn dark now. So that lets you know that's not it. It's based upon when you as a spirit, the DNA swapping that you did based upon you and your soul group out of the sea that y'all came out of this big water that we, from Antarctica to the eastern continents. So when the sun was coming and revolving over your spot, as far as what geographical location is, you was on, whether the western hemisphere or the eastern hemisphere, right? Based upon how close that chakra was to this chakra, that how much friction it develops. Anytime two high velocity things is close to each other and start moving, right? It builds a creation in the middle, or orb in the middle, and that orb could be everything in that middle, do everything that those two objects did in a micro fashion. So they all move in the same direction those two big spheres just did, but it just do it all in mini versions. So that's what you look at as water cycles. Planets and gravity and shit like that. know what I'm saying? So my NYC link up today. Yeah, we're gonna have a link up today in this motherfucker. I gotta make a few moves in this motherfucker. Shit. Damn, that fucking threw me off my goddamn point. But yeah. Based upon that was my point. Yeah, based upon I gotta hurry up and hit this, y'all. I can't be missing no points. I can't be missing no points down here. Hell no. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Your skin, the darker just means all skins is the same, but when it's tougher, it did more of whatever we did to create skin. It had to do more of that to sustain itself in whatever that area. And that what makes a darker skin. What makes a lighter skin is the spirits that was coming out of the water. The sun body of water wasn't as close to this chakra, this body of water we're on, this star we're on. So based upon the hemisphere, the geographical location, those group of spirits came up out of the water, right? Whatever we do as all spirits, that we start making blood cells and skin, they didn't have to do it as tough because two celestial spheres wasn't as close as it was in the area of the spirits that was in bodies that came out of the water that have darker skin. Do y'all get it? Like, don't have them get y'all lost in photons, and because y'all take that and mix it with y'all religions and shit like that, and it always turned out to be ego or racist or we the superior race, aka they get y'all lost into these dogmas while they somewhere practicing the real shit. The shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? How you really stick together type shit. Where it don't matter where you come from, but y'all all got a same mentality type shit. And y'all be able to take over the fucking world. Because you got one person that'll run they people. You got another person that'll run all they people. But all y'all sit at some one seat somewhere that no one know. And if y'all all running a game on your own people, here's how you get shit like in history. Hitler and the Jews, and making y'all think it was some kind of war from different viewpoints. No, these was Jews practicing war on their own fucking people. Hitler and all that shit, you better motherfucker believe it. So you think these motherfuckers give a fuck about race? Y'all motherfuckers running around talk about all this vote for shit and we gotta do shit for black race and all this motherfucking shit and things of that nature. These motherfuckers running around massacring their own race, if y'all want to quote unquote get lost in race. Motherfucker, they putting these motherfuckers in electrocutional door camps and shit. What they call that? What Hitler was doing? I forget, gas chambers and shit. But that was his own fucking people. Them was Jews. Do y'all know that? These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about that shit. It's all about power, baby. And power takes objectivity. AKA, you ain't gonna have no power if you lost on separation, race, category type shit. You ain't gonna have no type of power talking about I'm trying to do everything for black people. You ain't gonna have no kind of power talking about I'm trying to do everything for Indians. You ain't gonna have no black power talking about I'm trying to do everything for Puerto Ricans. You ain't gonna have no power until your ass start creating a mentality. I'm trying to do everything for everybody. You gonna start having the ideas and feelings of power, because the ideas and feelings you start to come up with applies everybody. You see what I'm saying? It applies everybody. So everybody who are in categories can even come around and have a place that they can come to if they was on the fence because they tired of fighting so much a lost war. You know what I'm saying? So, because I know a lot of y'all might want to come across what y'all want to quote-unquote call Caucasian. I hate even talking about race, because to me, this don't even matter. This don't even matter. But I guess based upon the topic I'm talking about right now, whatever. But I guess what y'all want to quote-unquote call Caucasian and things of that nature, right? When y'all do seeing these elders that run the world that's quote-unquote Caucasians doing wrong and shit like that, it's because they don't know no better. It ain't that they a god or something like that, and y'all like, oh, we got to do something to take over the world. No, they don't know no better either. Same way your monkey ass don't know no better. So it's time for people in the world who know better. Otherwise, two wrongs don't make a motherfucking right. Just because one motherfucker came and rape and pillage and take over a land, don't mean that that's what you supposed to do to get your power back. Two wrongs don't make it right. How long do y'all want to have this fucking fight? You see what I'm saying? This shit is motherfucking for real. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you're on the right battle. You know what I'm saying? Right field. And people who are in real power in the esoteric realm will be able to help you. You know what I'm saying? And they want no weapon formed against you will prosper. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with getting out and taking these names and shit, because when they create scenarios and shit like that to make y'all vote, that's basically them sitting back and seeing ways of how they can categorize y'all, and then therefore they can make y'all vote, and then when everybody go out and vote, they can create a scenario like a catastrophic moment, like another 9/11 or some shit like that. But they used all y'all energy, because teamwork makes the dream work. So they want y'all to use y'all energy and shit like that to make whatever that they trying to create manifest. It takes faith, belief, and imagination. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you believe in something, as soon as you have faith that is going to happen, as soon as you start to imagine all the outcomes within that realm, you're, as a spirit, you're working in the cobalt mines. Like you're lifting somebody else's bricks and laying the platform and building their buildings. It's just the building that you're building is like your jail cell. And they just keep coming out with new things for your jail cell to make it look like your jail cell's a heaven. Oh, we got this new ornament, this new electronics, this new technology, this new thing to have in there so you can feel comfortable with the hell we got you in. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And it gets motherfucking deep with that motherfucking shit. Because for the most part, once you start to talk about... Hold on. One second, y'all. Yeah, like once you start to talk about how they got y'all and shit like that, y'all start thinking that this is the only motherfucking way to live. You know what I'm saying? And once you start thinking it's the only motherfucking way to live, oh shit, I thought this was Constantine at first. Bro, don't just remind y'all of Constantine when dude was picking up the knife and shit like that. He started going crazy. As soon as he grabbed that knife, he started going crazy. Oh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It put y'all in a situation where they could just label y'all motherfuckers, and as soon as your ass is out here playing out that role, your ass is rock the motherfucking sleep. Rock the motherfucking sleep. Because now they can come take your monkey ass to jail. They could come program your parents and tell you, look, this is what your child is. Or this is what your marriage partner is, or whatever like that. And based upon how much they believe that, like I said, belief. Once you give somebody your faith, belief, imagination, that's it. You lost. You lost into the motherfucking sauce. You lost into the sauce. Because your faith and belief and imagination don't go towards yourself. Your faith, belief, and imagination go towards what they want you to believe. The shit that they want us to manifest. The shit that they want us to construct their world. And now we got it physically. We got the actual buildings. But when you driving on a bridge, that's all you driving on. Pillars and columns. And the arc. And what taught them the arc is trying to follow the sun. And they're following the sun thinking the sun is actually moving to the right. So they're following. That's how we all got lost into the left brain. Logically practicalizing and manifesting the physical reality and making it so dense, we all lost now. Trying to get back to ourselves, but we got to take that left-hand path. That left-hand path is where this body of water rotating that we're on. This body of water rotating to the left. So you have to go the left-hand path to know your spirituality. But they got all y'all trying to go to the right, go to the sun. That's right. So all of y'all going to trying to do things rightfully, right into the right. The clock going to the right. Y'all think time is linear and things of that nature. So y'all construct it going to their system, learning how to stand up right. And before we even had bodies of standing up right, we was following that spirit who had that ideology. So when we was crawling on our bellies on land, swimming, and had lack of information and awareness in the water, we still was following the spirit that was clinging on to trying to stretch out and get away from something of a collective conscious or the left-hand path, because it needed other individuals. And once it was in a spot all alone, it got scared there, and it needed other individuals. And I told you, you can't, another spirit, we all got our own responsibility to be aware. You can't never make another spirit aware unless you utilizing the energy of fear as a spirit. AKA make a person afraid or worry about something, and then that'll be the only way a spirit will start to face the lights you be creating in the esoteric realm and start to be aware of it. And that's the only way you can convince a spirit to follow you where you're going as a spirit. Other than that, without fear in any way, shape, or form, a spirit gonna be aware of what the fuck they want to be aware of. And if a spirit level of awareness is very small, they probably the organs they created could only receive so much energy from this canopy. And for the most part, this is the people we see that's dumb, deaf, blind, sheep, and weak and need mental crutches and robots and shit like that. See what I'm saying? So they have to do everything the right way. But who made things in the world the right way? They upright way. Oh, it's right to get this job. It's right to do this. It's right to do that. So they got y'all living a whole lost way. You can't find a left-hand path. And every time you try to do it, based upon your living conditions and how things set up, it might be hard to do. Because everybody around you might be looking at you like you don't know what you're doing in life. So keep that in mind. It don't make no motherfucking sense out here. So don't let these motherfuckers out here label you because they're trying to run the world the way that they trying to run it. And if you think the right thing for your life is to go the best way how they got things to run it, then for the most part you're going to be living for someone else but don't even know who you living for. It's already bad if you living for someone else you know. It's even worse if you living for someone else and you ain't even know you was living for them. You didn't even know these individuals. These motherfuckers is hitting in plain sight. So you gotta keep this in mind. It don't make no motherfucking sense in this motherfucking world that we in right now. But don't let these motherfuckers put you in no motherfucking label. And when y'all walk out here, that's what the mask symbolizes. When you walk out here, that's what all these signs on these fucking buildings and shit like that symbolizes. You know what I'm saying? Titling your ass. So when you wake up and walk out on your fucking geographical location, you got to feel like that. AKA, what is I'm talking about? How you think gangs get derived? Oh, this our neighborhood. Oh, this how we feel. Oh, this, that, that's that shit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't your fucking neighborhood. You just feel that way. So you using magic in somebody else's shit. That's just, it's gonna backfire. Oh, this our shit. We gotta run the neighborhood. So y'all run in the neighborhood, but y'all don't really run it. Y'all didn't build those pillars. Y'all didn't build the street. So you the only one gonna end up in jail. You the only one gonna end up dead. You the only one that your magic is gonna backfire. We all use magic when we believe. When you believe, that's magic. Some of y'all got weak ass beliefs. Some of y'all got strong beliefs. Some of y'all believe in some real shit. Some of y'all believe in some figment of your imagination shit. So hell yeah, you got weak ass magic. You know what I'm saying? When you got weak ass beliefs, when you got weak ass beliefs, you got weak ass magic. And then you run around and wonder why the world is the way it is. The world ain't the way it's nothing. That's just how you looking at the world, because you're using weak ass magic. So the shit that you manifesting with your magic always gonna show you shit you don't like. Always gonna show you shit you need to run from. Always gonna show you shit that you want to be like, I don't need this shit. Why I'm in this world? This world is hell and shit like that. No, you bring heaven down here. You know what I'm saying? You bring heaven down here. I don't care how much hell it look. When you bring a little small portion of heaven down here, everybody you around in hell will be looking at you like a bright shining Jesus Christ star. You better motherfucking believe it. And all y'all will come together in some way and bring all y'all selves out of that motherfucking hell. You would just be the anchor. You know what I'm saying? And then you will make another anchor. Then once all y'all got anchors, and then y'all got 4 anchors, y'all got 4 corners, and then y'all got all in between, y'all unstoppable. Y'all motherfuckers is unstoppable. You can't. You got the one anchor got to make 3 other anchors. That's why it's always a missing pillar. Like if you understand masonry and things of that nature, because that's like the North Pillar. So they always representing motherfucker south, west, east. So you know, from evening the sun comes from death. Then it goes to the east. It goes to the birth. You know what I'm saying? It goes to the birth, and then it goes to the exalt. You don't see it up there. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, that's just exaltation. So they do that in reverse. That's like, and then for the most part, it goes to the death. So up there, we can't see the sky. We can't see the darkness behind the sun. So for the most part, they call that the North Pillar. So that's always going to be the missing pillar. But that's supposed to be you. That's like the crane, the crane in karate and shit like that. That's you. You know what I'm saying? So that's you going to Neptune. You know what I'm saying? This is Pluto. That's Pluto. So if you ever see anybody doing this or whatever like that, 9 times out of 10, they got heavy Pluto relations in their chart in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Or people who might mug a lot and things of that nature. That's Aries energy. Like y'all might see me strutting and think I'm upset about something. I'm not. I got something on my mind. You know what I'm saying? So this is all about signs and sigils that we do with our bodies, because you are a walking cross. You are a living cross. You are a standing still fucking altar. You know what I'm saying? You are a motherfucking fleshly, whatever that they talking about in that Bible. You are flesh gold. You are a flesh version of sulfur. You are a flesh version of tin. You are a flesh version of mercury. And you utilize all these things. Your gold is your visions. You know what I'm saying? Your mercury is your communication. You know what I'm saying? Your sulfur is your emotions that can smother you. You can suffocate yourself to the point you can't get out of a mood, or you can suffocate others. Throw a whole bunch of guilt trips and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? These is what these things is. When you jump in it long enough, you manifest that actual energy in your life. Like a lot of times when people's houses burn down, houses catch on fire and shit like that, these are people who too lost into their imagination, into their visions. So when they do things in the world, you start to these are actual spells and rituals. So say you a person who lost into your visions and passions and things of that nature. But say you want to cook, or say you want to do something or whatever like that, right? 9 times out of 10, you might forget what's on your, you might forget the stove was on or whatever like that, and burn down the kitchen, or burn down your room because the candle was in there, just because you was too much into the internal fire. It manifested to the physical fire of it. You know what I'm saying? A person who too much in their emotions and feelings. These are kids who drown at the pool first, or the kids you gotta save first, and they experience almost drowning before the other kids because they ain't know no better. They ain't know they couldn't swim, but they ain't know how severe it is when you jumping in water. That's above your feet. So a lot of water signs, or just people who are in their emotions, no matter what sign you is, who constantly in their emotions, you manifest situations of being smothered. Whether you feel like your space is getting impeded, or a lot of situations where if you swim a lot and things of that nature, you might witness almost drowning one time out of your life or two. You know what I'm saying? Air signs, right? Or a person who think a lot. They always thinking, always analyzing, overthinking about shit like that. These people manifest car accidents. These people manifest miscommunications. These people manifest people in their life that talk negative towards them, even if they not negative. These could be the most charity heart person in the world. If you too lost into the air element, you manifest that actual element in your life. So it gets deep. You got to be careful. Even earth, a lot of earth. You concentrate a lot. You always trying to be practical. You always trying to make sure you organize. That's good. But everything comes with a yin and yang. You also manifest a lot of frustration in your life. You also manifest other situations you forced to have to organize, even if you don't want to waste time organizing those days. That ain't even something you went to. But these things, you manifest all things that deal with organizing in your life, whether it's dealing with positive or negative. So you have to have an equilibrium. Know when you're not going too far on a polar shift. You're being too much air. Learn how to relax and not think sometimes. You're being too much fire. Know how to sit back and know that all your visions, you don't just need to be experiencing. You need to make something practical sometimes. Being too much into water, sometimes you need to know you might be prejudging situations, and situations might not be that way. You know what I'm saying? Being too much into earth, you know what I'm saying? That you might be too practical, concentrate too much, make the situation harder than what it actually is. So it's deep, but it's things we do to ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And you got to keep that in motherfucking mind. And once you understand that you ain't none of these motherfucking things, then you're able to put yourself into a situation where you can use these things as your bitch. So you use your visions when it's applicable for you. You use your emotions when it's applicable for you. You use your air, your thoughts when it's applicable for you. You use your earth, your practicality, the way you concentrate, the way you make things make sense. Make a form out of these water, fire, air, and shit like that. You formulate that shit. Use it for when it's convenient for you. The moment shit start getting inconvenient, you gotta think too hard, or your visions ain't sparking, or your emotions is too outweighed, or you're going too far. You gotta loosen up on one of these things. You're too strongly into a polar shift on one of these things. And these are water. And when you jump into these things, too much water flowing at too much of a rapid pace, it play out in a third dimension as your vision's being blurry, your vision's being cloudy, aka you can't see what you're doing clearly. You don't got the right idea of how to do it. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, this is real shit. We do this every day. Oh yeah. Yeah, but we do this every day. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep that in mind. But oh yeah, what time is it? Oh, 10. Oh shit! All right. Well, I'm about to get myself together, y'all. So yeah, I'm about to make these few moves real quick and shit like that, and then see how what's going down also, and then I'm also gonna break down the live stream. So live streams ain't no longer. Well, it's gonna be sometimes at you know what I'm saying, just chilling how we used to chill. But now live streams is gonna be at specific powerful locations in the city, right? So it might start at 10, live streams might start at 7, whatever like that. But it's gonna be at powerful locations in the city and outdoors or whatever like that. So that's where we're gonna be. That's where that's how the live's gonna start being too. You know what I'm saying? As far as running down astrology and all that motherfucking shit. So, you know, New Year's, we're going to be in Times Square. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and buy a bullhorn and shit like that. So Times Square, we talking about the ball about to drop, the motherfucking, the sun and motherfucking Capricorn and this, that, and third, and this what the shadow government do. Oh yeah, it's going to be live. Oh yeah. You better motherfucking believe it. And this shit, you better motherfucking believe it. So we're going to have all the celebrities. I just seen motherfucking Will Smith at Sahai Guru spot. Oh, whatever homeboy name is over there. Like, hold on, we got one of ours is over there. Hold on, Will Smith. You supposed to be over here with us. Like, what's going on? Will Smith, man, why I ain't seen you in a video on Brother Polite? Hold on, something ain't right. Oh, something ain't right, man. What you doing? What you doing, Will Smith? Do we gotta cancel you? Will Smith, we gotta cancel you. Will Smith, I don't want to see that shit. You bring your ass back home. Will Smith, bring your ass at home. Look, you ain't gotta come chill with me or nothing like that. Man, go hit up Brother Polite, motherfucker. Somebody, look at him. You ain't doing something like that. Look, we might have to cancel you, man. You already on thin ice. Letting your wife fuck her y'all fucking kid's friend. Y'all over there playing fucking PS4 and shit like that while he go upstairs and fuck Jaden's mother. Now he downstairs playing motherfucking Gears of War, Call of Duty with Jaden, and then go upstairs and motherfucking fuck Jaden. But some ain't right, Will. You might have to be canceled from America. You might gotta stay your monkey ass over there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So your ass do an interview with Brother Polite or somebody, you might gotta stay over there. Motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you that right now, bitch. You on thin ice, Will Smith. You on thin ice. Motherfucker. Your bitch ass on thin ice. Now you bring your bitch ass home and come spread some of your wealth and fruits and labors and sparker fleas, and trees and fig trees and shit like that over with your people. You know what I'm saying? Sad Guru don't know shit. Sad Guru don't know shit. Real shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fuck with y'all right now. I'm about to get situated. Yeah, we gotta hit the streets, y'all. I love y'all in this motherfucker. Y'all better believe it from the bottom of my heart. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and get situated so we get the motherfucking day started. I love y'all in this motherfucker.